Hey there, my name is Kimberly Lucht, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the difference between resistance and intuition. Resistance in the sense of resisting growth, resisting expansion, because it's taking us outside of our comfort zone. And then intuition is like, I'm not sure that's right for me. A lot of people come to me with like, I'm not sure which decision to take because they don't know if it's fear that they can move through or if it's actually something that's not meant for them. So let me give you guys an example. I got invited to go watch Italy play in the Euro Cup in a restaurant in Manhattan. I kind of felt like my body was not necessarily like tensing up, but definitely felt a little deranged at the idea of doing this. And so I was like, I don't know, like I'm just gonna go anyways. This kind of draining feeling turned into full on when I got to this restaurant because it was teeming with people. No one could really move, like as if you were packed in a sardine can with a bunch of Italians. And so nothing wrong with that, just not what I was expecting. Go to the back of the restaurant to try to find a place to stand and exist. We go to the front of the restaurant to try to find a place to stand and exist. Pizzas started flying off like the waiter's dishes. It was like there's too many people, we can't even like get dishes through. That's when I kind of started to realize, oh, like definitely need to maybe think about leaving. And a little kid tripped on the spill. That's when I was like, I'm out, y'all, and I headed straight out the door. I was like waiting outside to see if he actually found a seat where I could like sit my butt down and relax. And turns out, no. Just this like section of space where you can barricade yourself against a glass wall. So I was like, I'm out. I literally was so hot. I was getting so annoyed. I was super like angry at the situation. I tried to get a drink of water, you know, at the bar of the restaurant. All these guys are like standing like this, like their feet are on the bar stools, basically barricading the entire bar because people are sitting in the chairs. I'm like, I gotta get through. Let me get my water. And so I, make this guy come back down to ground zero, as in not being able to see the game, which is like, I know for some people, very aggravating. It's like, being in a movie theater and talking on your phone. I know it's aggravating. I was also just like, get me water now. I'm overheating. I'm angry. And I was drinking my water and he was like, excuse me. I was like, I'm gonna leave in a minute, okay? Definitely a harsher tone than that, just so you know. And he's like, okay, don't be rude. Like, I just needed the drink that's under you. And I was like, And then I turned back, finished my drink, my water, and like leave. Then it started pouring rain as I was walking to the train. And I was like, you've got to be kidding. I don't have an umbrella. I didn't expect, pouring rain, which is very rare in New York City. I called my friend and I was like, And so I went basically from being excited to watching a game to being really angry at a situation that I couldn't control and overheating, obviously. Got that pitta unleashed, crying with the rain. It's like universe telling me to cool my shit. And at the end of the day, I look back at how my body was feeling even before I set foot in that Italian restaurant to watch the Euro Cup game. It wasn't a juicy, expansive, good feeling. And so when you think about your fears, or you think about your dreams, or you think about making a decision about your life or your business, noticing in your body where you feel any sensation, and if it feels like a density and like a sinking feeling and a draining feeling, or if it feels kind of light but a little maybe like expansive, like you're gonna grow, but you just have a feeling that that's where you're supposed to go. Like moving to New York City, I just knew I felt like this at the thought of moving to New York City versus other places where I was like moving back to places that I've lived in felt like this, like it felt like a little draining. And so resistance, I think, can show up as fear. It can show up as a little bit of intensity in the body. That's something to work through and maybe move through if it feels right for you. Intuition, it's more subtle with those types of decisions. Is it right for me to start a podcast? Is it right for me to start a YouTube channel? Is it right for me to offer this to a particular client. You'll know if it's right if your heart kind of feels like it opens up a little bit. It's like a nourishing drink of fresh air. You feel like weighted and just like sluggish, stagnant. If that energy is kind of more of what happens when you think of doing something or saying something or reaching out to somebody, notice that. Most times the sluggishness isn't really like resistance to a goal. Sometimes that means that the goal is not for you. So I hope this helps in whatever decisions you're making. There is a difference between resisting like growth and expansion and intuitively knowing what's for you and what's not. I hope this helps. Ciao for now, and I'll catch you in the next video.